Hey everyone, Flanker Jack here. It's quite hot outside here in Las Vegas, and I've been kind of stuck indoors a bit with the heat. And I've just been playing around with the toys and want to do a video, sort of a follow-up video for the one I did when I first got this rifle for my airsoft. And I just wanted to go over, really just talk about a few of the lessons I've learned as far as this hobby goes, and sort of an update on where my rifle's sitting at right now. I think I like exactly where it is. Everything functions, no issues at all. And I managed to put quite a few thousand BBs through it without any problems or failures. So let's just get right into it. So if you remember back to, when was it? Probably late December last year, early January. I got this this rifle. This is a CYMA Jungle Carbine from EVIC, and cost me $160. It's regularly $199. It's a full metal upper and lower and rail system, and that was sort of my primary goal, is to get something that's full metal so I can bash it around a bit and move in the direction of having a bit of weight to simulate, you know, a real rifle, my real steel rifle at home. So played around with it for a few weeks. Everything was functioning well, and then I started to tinker with it a little bit, and really just wanted to increase the accuracy, increase the range. So some of the upgrades I did for this straight off the bat was I did get a new inner barrel. I got a new hop up. I went with a ZCI 300mm stainless steel inner barrel 6.02, and I also went with a ProWin hop unit under some recommendations of my friends, and that really worked well. I also upgraded the bucking. I did listen to the internet a bit and go through what buckings are the best, and I got a couple of name brand ones, mainly like the Prometheus ones, and I wasn't getting a very good air seal with it, so I actually ended up just sticking with the stock bucking and nub straight off the bat, and that seemed to perform quite well. I played for quite a few more months on that with no problems, and then I went to I'm currently using a Crytek Red. I don't know what the degrees are, I don't know what the stiffness is, but a Crytek Red with a Crytek nub, and that's working perfectly, no problems there. I also went to upgrade the motor here because the one I had I didn't feel was working well. Again, I didn't know. A lot of this is trial and error, and I was lucky enough to financially be able to have some trial and error with my items. I put in an SHS High-torque motor into this, and after about a day of playing, I ended up breaking the stock gearbox that comes with it. Version 2 CYMA gearbox, metal gearbox shell, but everything on the inside was just rubbish. Friend of mine that I play with, he took it apart, discovered that my cylinder had cracked, my air seal nozzle had cracked. He replaced them for the day. I used it around a bit. Then I went home and I was like, okay, well, what do I do? You know, do I just replace the cylinder? I also discovered that my electrical wiring had fried using the batteries. I wasn't using anything big. I was using a Titan 7.4 right there. Again, just on the advice of others. So really the internal gearbox had just failed. Again, you get what you pay for, no worries there. So I did upgrade that. I upgraded that to a ZCI full drop-in gearbox. I'm not skilled enough to build my own gearbox yet. I just wanted something I can just drop in and play with it, and this one's worked like a charm. I did change the spring to a 110 spring. So given all the internals I have going on here, everything's working out just fine. I'm getting, with 0.28 BBs, I'm getting a consistent 325 FPS. That's fine. That works. I can hit what I aim at. And I'm getting good range because of the inner barrel. Now, some of the other things that I've had to do with this rifle, as you can see, I've recently changed the inner barrel. If you remember from the previous video, and I'll try and get some pictures up here, it was a 10-inch barrel with a sort of a 4, 5, 6-inch mock suppressor going out the front, which looked cool, but I really wanted to shorten it down a bit to make it a bit more comparable to my real life rifle, which is a Daniel Defense Mark 18, 9-inch rail, 10.5-inch barrel. Everything looks better. So I've just recently added that to it. I did put a Mad Bull flash hider onto it. That's threaded, and eventually that's going to lead to a tracer unit, which everyone probably is going to end up getting anyway. A couple notes about the other bits of furniture on this. This is just some knockoff BCM I got off eVic, $20, that's fine. I did replace the grip. This is dry tack, I believe, because I just wanted a tan one, and also this one's a bit thicker. It feels a bit better. And also I do have that STS engine motor in here as well. So everything's working quite well. I don't have any engine issues. I don't have any gearbox issues. Everything seems to be functioning quite well, and I can hit what I aim at. Going up to my optic. Originally, in the original video, you saw me using this $30 Pinty, which kind of looks like, the Micro T1 type, everyone that's out there. Not bad, I will say. Very sturdy, I think very well made. The only problem is the red dot, even in cloudy outdoor weather, is quite faint. I had problems with the red dot sight. It could be just my old eyesight, I don't know. So what I did do, I originally went with a Pinty holographic, very similar to this one here, and went to Desert Fox events. My very first gunfight engagement, got shot in the optic, it broke, it got smashed. Played the rest of the game with a broken optic, and ended up driving down to a local store in Victorville and buying this one. This one is Aim Sport, and very similar design and construction, just with the cool little cutaway right there. But it's red and green. So now I've got it's a very, very bright green dot. Battery life isn't super good, but this is for airsoft, not real life. And then, because of lessons learned, I went with a cover for my optic, which, arrogant me didn't think I would need, but ended up needing it. So, as you can see, a friend suggested that I turn it backwards. So, because a problem I was having was I was constantly knocking it and pushing it forward. So I just have it back. As you can see, it works quite well. Position up, position down. No worries there. Getting on to things like the mag release. I did change the mag release fairly early on. One of the issues I had was the original mag release had a lever that was going down a bit. And since I'm left-handed, when I would index my finger, I would trip the mag release and the magazine would fall out, and that happened a couple times. That was embarrassing. Here I did also change the selector switch. The one that came with it didn't quite seat properly with the gearbox, and so I was having some problems with that. My only gripe about this gun as I have it is the selector is a bit loosey-goosey. It's not as snappy as I'd like it to be. I probably do need to Dremel the catch hole a little bit there, but overall the gun works quite well. I use these KWA 140 mid caps here. They fit just fine. That's good. It fits. There's not a lot of wobble, and of course they come out as needed. They're empty. The trigger response for this ZCI Gearbox, the other one was just an analog. It took quite a bit. This one just feels like a micro switch. So I'll leave links to all the upgrades that I have here. As you can see, for the rail, these are just some, I think they're called ergo grips. You get a set of 4 of them for $30 or $20. They're quite good. They work quite well. I'm not tearing up my gloves on the rail like I was in the beginning. And overall, I'm very happy with the performance of this gun. So that's it. I don't really have any cool footage or range footage. I haven't been playing very much due to work. But again, playing with this around the house, getting everything dialed in, I think it's starting to look good. The paint job is wearing in quite well. I think it gives it a nice worn look. I just painted the optic last week to make that fit in. So as we go, we will continue to play when I can. I'll try to put out some more videos. I've got a few other topics I want to talk about. But if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out. Flanker Jack, we'll see you out in the field. Take care.